Today I'm trying something I've never tried before, completing every challenge in hardcore Minecraft. Firstly, I start off strong getting the Stone Age and getting an upgrade achievements. You should also be on the lookout for me completing some achievements that are progressive, such as eating every food, killing every hostile mob, and breeding every animal. So, after gathering some materials, my first goal is to find a village, and I was not prepared for the journey that would become. In my journey, I found this shipwreck, which gave me my next achievements in the Acquire Hardware and Isn't It Iron Pick advancements. And then, it was back to searching. And grabbing some easy achievements because I was bored. And then back to searching. I even found one of my favorite biomes, but I had to keep searching. Then I got distracted by a buried treasure, which took practically excavating the entire chunk to find. But it was worth it, since it had some pretty decent loot and gave me the Diamonds achievement. And the search was back on. But here, I found a few bees to breed. And after getting one angry at me, I got them to breed, earning myself the Parrots and the Bees achievement, as well as making progress toward the Breeding All Animals achievement. And it was back to hunting, though at this point I was stopping at every opportunity to get an achievement, like here with Monster Hunter, and an attempt to start on killing every hostile mob, as well as getting the Not Today Thank You for blocking with my shield, and eating some of the mob drops necessary for the Eat All Edible Items achievement. And then, finally, after almost 2 hours of searching, I saw a village in the distance. So naturally, I rushed over there, only to find this.
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me?
Yeah, my live reaction tells the perfect story of how I felt finding one of the rarest structures in the game instead of the village I needed. But I made the best of it by getting some food I needed, breeding some animals, and working on some of the progressive achievements I needed. Anyway, it all worked out, because this village was right behind the abandoned one, so I didn't have to search much longer to find what I needed. And while I grab some supplies, let me explain why villagers are important. 1. There are at least 2 achievements I know of requiring trading. One is normal trading, and one is to make a trade at sky limit. And 2, villagers are the best way to get overpowered gear later on. So, I grabbed the first of those 2 achievements, and I stole a house to make my sort of base of operations while I complete these challenges, and hopefully have an easier time of the Star Trader achievement. After finding the village, everything probably looks different because I used vanilla tweaks to make everything look about 10 times better. But anyway, my goal this time was to go mining and get full diamond gear, because, well, I'm not very good at this game. Lucky for me, I noticed what looked like a huge ravine right next to my village. So, I went into the ravine and mined around for some iron and copper before deciding I needed to go deeper to find what I wanted. But the mobs that had spawned there made that super dangerous and soon encouraged me to strip mine instead of caving. Though not before grabbing myself the Hot Stuff achievement. and finding my first diamonds from mining. Then I found some more diamonds. Then I finally decided to switch to strip mining, which I was rewarded shortly after starting for doing that. Now, just so you guys know that I'm not a liar, I made a montage of all the times I found diamonds. After gathering all the diamonds I needed for full gear plus an enchanting table, I gathered the obsidian needed for both the portal and the enchanting table. I then immediately grabbed the enchanter achievement and finished enchanting my gear. Then I got distracted trying to tame a horse, which, by the way, look how many tries this took. All so that I could breed them. I also realized I hadn't gone fishing yet, so I got the achievement for doing that. Then it was time for the Nether, which I thought was a terrible spawn at first. Then I realized I could see all the different biomes and multiple fortresses. So, all things considered, it was a pretty good spawn, even though I had to protect my portal. So, I started my bridge to the nearest Nether fortress. Then I tried to grab Oh Shiny and realized I'm stupid, and the piglin has to be mad at me before I distract it. Then I got take aim right before getting to the fortress, which I hadn't realized I hadn't gotten yet. My next hurdle was blaze rods, necessary for beating the game, and as shown here, I am not very good at this game. But I do eventually get the blaze rods. I first tried getting ender pearls by trading with piglins. But it became very obvious I do not have that dream luck. So I tried my hand at enderman farming, which, as you saw my performance against the blazes, you would know was a terrible idea on my part. Though I did try to be as safe as possible, so I thought it would work out fine. I had no luck there either though, and got bored and decided to leave. But on my way out, I grabbed another achievement, which I got battling this ghast. When I got back to the overworld, I needed more food, and while hunting, I found this pink sheep, which is always cool. But it mysteriously died. I also grabbed an easy achievement where you catch a fish in a bucket. Here, you'll see I started preparing for the next achievement, which is called Star Trader, where I was gonna have to get a villager up to sky limit and trade with them, which is why I grabbed the materials for a water elevator. Then I saw this happening to my villagers, and I was so scared. But luckily, I was able to keep a few of them alive. I also made sure no other zombies could get in. Then, I started to gather materials for the elevator. This is when I realized just how many blocks I was going to need. So, I grabbed some extra blocks and went back to it. Then, when I thought I had enough, I realized I had no way up the water tower right now. And it took forever to water bucket my way up. had finally made it to the top. So I set up a little platform, left my water up there, and headed down. Only to notice that somehow my villagers had either died or despawned or suffered something tragic. For now, I finished up the elevator and then remembered I had seen a different village not far from here. So I set out to get some more villagers. And then the first villager I got just died for seemingly no reason. So, it was time to kidnap someone new. And I was finally able to get the achievement. It took way too long, an hour and a half. It made me wanna die. I then decided I was gonna go for the achievement of getting a beehive with 3 bees inside, which requires Silk Touch. So I kept enchanting my axe and just never was able to get Silk Touch. Keep in mind, this footage is in 5 times speed. Naturally, I got bored of this pretty quick and decided to go try and get more ender pearls. But I had run out of food and now had to make a mad dash for the exit. And that's it. I wasn't able to make it and lost my hardcore world before even finishing a single episode. If you liked it, maybe I'll train on some regular worlds and eventually give it another shot. But for now, this is all you see from me. See you next time.